So we need to, oh yeah, we need to write our calculated paths. That's going in there, and then our tiered average for the pixels. We'll throw everything in there. Throw the kitchen sink at it and see if it works. If new ducks are able to reach the outskirts, I say ship it. That's true. If it floats, if it quacks like a duck, it floats like a duck, it's a duck. And I could throw a whole bunch more ducks in there and have like, I don't know, the thing that I want to see is I want to see like you scare a whole bunch of these things into the water and them all like flail around and be all like freaking out. And, you know, you watch them just like go fall off a waterfall and you're just like I might be an evil person, but that doesn't mean I can't work on games. That just means I might not be a good person. And I might want to add in for the particles. The particles might, well, yeah, the problem is we got this rock here, which is going to make it so some of these things. So it's general airflow field. And what I want to see is these particles did fill in this area, so that's okay, that's fine. So what's our alpha? We've got flow on that. So let's see what it does. These guys are moving faster and everything. Oh wow, we don't really need to look ahead, do we? Our averages took care of all that stuff. Our tiered averages just really nuked all that. We didn't need any of that crap. At least we might not need it. So what we want to work on is we want to smooth out this area here, and I think that's the look ahead stuff is bringing us back towards here, because we've got particles out here which should be they came out and over here because there's a momentum, like they try to move in that same direction, but then they're like slapping it back in, so like we're gonna have vectors that are coming in here, and we don't really want that. So what we're gonna want is these particles to not have nearly as much weight for this. So let's just try like actually having the two weight to path weight be very small, because it looks like our other hierarchical blurring stuff took care of filling in a lot of the gaps and making our averages look good, which is what it's supposed to do. When you pile enough shims together, you get a board. That's how we do things. It's like, ah man, we need just like crappy construction materials that we can throw together with stuff. I know, let's just like smash up all the extra wood that's left over from making planks. Mix it with a bunch of glue and crap like that, and then just like mold it into something that looks like a board. Right? Like, and then you build your house out of that. You're like, yeah. And that's how they made pressboard. It's got to be like some dude. Like, who's the dude who invented potato chips that like made out of potato flakes and everything? It's like, we got all these leftover pieces of potato. Let's just smash them up and mold them into something that looks like a potato chip, and just like, the hell with it. It's not a real potato chip, but it doesn't matter. It needs to just be like a potato chip. Then we just throw a whole bunch of salt on it and we're good to go. Like, there's still laws against this. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. So these guys are all doing their thing. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Because we're actually getting like some streams coming on there. We could actually have it actually move a little bit towards more the path. We might want to give it a little bit more weight, actually. So instead of 0.5, let's just try ×1, and we'll see if it looks decent. Okay, now flood with ducks. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in just a sec. What a nice guy, the potato chip. I don't know. I made a whole bunch of random crap in my garage when I was in high school, and I just always thought the concept of pressboard was the most hilarious thing ever. It's just smashed up wood put together into a board, or like plywood or whatever. It's the I don't give a fuck of construction materials. Which made it the best sort of building material for me to use. Cheap. You gotta recycle, yeah. So you almost got this thing nailed down. Just don't make it part of your house. Nah. See, we'll just throw up some wallpaper and some stucco and some other crap on top of it. And you'll never know. We'll say, oh yeah, that's totally top tier wood from, Woodistan. It's totally legit. When's the check clear? Next week? All right, cool. I will never see you again. So we're looking to fill this in with more yellow. It's not quite there. Let's look at the particles. There's just not enough particles, is what it looks like, to fill it all in. Like, we don't want two channels, we want one smoothed out channel. Like, this is where that is coming in, and it's coming back in over there. Alright, well, let's take a look at... Like, we got the weight right, but it's moving in the wrong damn direction. Well, let's see. Let's run it. They're all freaking out. All right, I think we're pretty much good to go here. So I'm gonna put a whole bunch of ducks on here. Well, they're evacuating in a very orderly fashion. A duck spread factor? Oh yeah, if the ducks collided with each other, right? You know, like the ducks are garbage right now. They just look directly below themselves. They have no momentum. They don't have any of that crap. They don't have any collision with each other because their hitboxes are way too damn small for that. So they just, otherwise what they do is, they'd have some momentum. So, they'd come down the waterfall and be, smashing around. We'd throw some like noise in there for randomness to make them do things to, do all that crap. And why don't I just go ahead and do that? Why don't we just add a little bit of randomness to this thing? And I think that's all we need to make this look a lot better, because a lot of this is just like we need to throw noise at it and it'll look fine. So if we're on the water, we're going to want to get a direction from this, and we're going to want to add another direction that's random. So do we have a fmath random vector? I guess we can just do two random numbers. Alright, why don't we see if we get the angle from the vector and then we have like a random angle that we can rotate around. That'll probably work. But we need a little bit more than that, wouldn't we? We need like some momentum on here. Just a little bit of randomness. No, randomness isn't really going to work too well. We'd have to roll. Well, we could roll on construction and just have random. Just make a random vector when we spawn. This is going to be Y and X. Alright. Let's see, multiply vector. God, this math stuff is just really annoying when it's like this in blueprints. Like this just, it turns to shit instantly. Alright, so that's going to be the direction we're going to go. We'll add a little bit of randomness, multiply it out. We're going to need to normalize this though. Why is this freezing? Come on, don't freeze. Well, it's doing something. And it's not doing... Alright. It's doing something and it's doing a lot of it. Can't even print a vector 4. I know, literally unusable. Thanks, Unreal. Shit. Alright, so if we throw a random vector on all these ducks. What the hell happened to our fucking ducks? They're all gone. Did every single duck get put into... Every single one of these bastards got pushed, got set to the origin. See, literally unusable. It totally fucked up the entire thing. And let's make them fall a lot faster. The random vectors are not very good. Did it never actually get triggered? God, garbage. It's all garbage. What the fuck? They fell through the goddamn world for some fucking reason. What? That makes no sense. The Z's are 0. Yeah, so a little bit of randomness in there. Help them out. Of course, they don't collide with each other, but it doesn't really matter. So let's get some of these ducks coming on here. We'll just throw some more down and then I'll pretty much be finished for today. We're sorry, Fat Sack, but you and the rest of your mongrel race is gonna have to die at the base of this waterfall. Where's the picture with Fat Sack crying? We're gonna give him a reason to cry. And murder him and all of his family. And let's recalculate the water up here real quick. Make sure that it works. So we'll take all this tiny little flow field. It's not super small, even though it's not small. So that's looking okay. That's just, yeah, keep it all honest. Let's give ourselves a little bit more space here. There they go up there. They all fall off the waterfall. They fall through the world. Alright, and this is all lagging because of just an absurd number of vector calculations and crap like that. So, I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go build it and release, and then play around with it. So we'll detach our debugger, package this up, and see what it looks like at actual good frames per second. So just wait for this package up. Since it's an incremental build, it should be pretty quick. Unreally quick, yeah, exactly. You can tell it's getting late when we're allowing bad jokes. So slap in those pack files, all that crap, and the package is complete. Ooh. Well. And that one fat sack over there on the corner is just having trouble with his collision. That little guy, I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Well, very cool. So that is our flow field generator. So I am done for now. I'm gonna get out of here. So I have been working for how long? Going on, getting closer to 11 hours. Yeah, it's a good time to stop, I think. So we'll have all sorts of cool stuff like that in the background of this game. We didn't have to do anything except run some code to just generate all that garbage. So we'll be able to throw this in any scene we want. And we need to add the dynamic flow field stuff and all the rest. But hopefully these sorts of tools will make it so we can slap down, some waterfalls and some stuff, some rocks and crap. And then, there you go. We can actually have an active scene that doesn't just look active, but then we can throw stuff on it. This isn't just going to be things that are floating on top, right? We're also going to have ripples and things like that are controlled by this flow field. So if we have a drop of water that comes down and boom, creates some ripples, those ripples will actually be able to move based on the flow field. So even if it's perfectly calm water, we'll be able to have some sort of motion, which will look pretty decent. So there's a lot of different things other than just the motion of floating objects that's going to make this look really cool. So thanks for sticking around. I'm going to get out of here. So thanks for sticking around. So have a good one.